Welcome to our corner where we talk about the Streets of Avalon role-playing game. I'm Chris.
And I'm Brett.
And today we're going to talk about the dwarven ruins of Thorbrindor.
Yes, the realm beneath. Yes.
So I hope everybody enjoyed the first 10 episodes, and we're back for 10 more. This is the first one. We're going to talk a lot in this set about like dangerous delving, like the dangerous places that you can go to in the city and some other things surrounding that. So to start with the dwarven ruins of Thorbrindor, what is Thorbrindor?
Avalon is built on the ruins thereof. So at a certain point in the world's prehistory, there was a great dwarven city called Thorbrindor. And the dwarves there, a lot of trade, centerpiece, all that good stuff. It's like the center of civilization and so forth. Avalon was the human city that was built on top of it in order to facilitate trade and be a place where people would stop and so on and so forth. It's kind of like, hey, if I've got a really good convention center, I should probably build, like, say, Chicago around it or something, right? You know,
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes perfect sense.
You've got this wonderful place of trade and economics, and then you build a city around it. So that's the that was its initial purpose and intent of that, just from a history perspective. Now the dwarves, the way I've looked at the dwarves within Avalon I've called them firstborn of the world, and they are 100% immortal. They can die if they violence, or they can die because they lose the will. I.e., dwarves have work. They have to have a task. They have to have a thing to do. In the Avalon game I'm running right now, my guys went down super far in Thorbrindor. They just went off on a whim, found a hole, and kept going. And they got really lucky and found their way out.
That seems dangerous.
It was wicked scary for them. They're like, this is neat. This is wow. Oh, look at this metal. Oh, look at this stuff. Oh, this is masterfully built. This is fucking scary. They encountered some actual dwarves that were still alive and like, what the hell? How the hell is this? And those dwarves' task was to guard this area. That was it. And they were 100% in on that. That's all they're going to do. The trouble, of course, is the people that were down there, the PCs don't speak Dwarven. The dwarves don't speak anything near common. And it didn't go well. They killed the dwarves. So
that's sad.
Such is the way. That's just how things go.
So, so I didn't know that dwarves were immortal. That's cool.
Yeah.
Because dwarves are not a playable option in the game. Like
no, they're not. No, I've dabbled with how would I implement them and so on, and I'm not ready to do that yet. I think with this game system that you've made, Chris, I think there's the possibility is stronger because of the tagging, the things you've explained to me, and how I've played it a couple times. I'm like, okay, this could probably work. Not ready yet, but for me, the dwarves are the ancient. Thinking about like the Atlantis, right? That concept of, oh, they had everything. Oh, they had this. Oh, they had that. Oh, they had this wonderful thing. Oh, they had all this amazing stuff. Was it bad? Yeah, the dwarves were also the ones that actually accidentally cracked open a gate and started bringing in brain gorgers and early worshippers and
things from outside.
Yeah, they screwed up. They screwed up a little bit.
That means they made the way for the Lamplighters to show up then too.
They did. They absolutely did that. Yeah, they did all sorts of stuff. Mm-hmm. When the players have encountered them, they're onesie twosies, like barely around. I did have one campaign ages back where the guys went deep into Avalon, deep into Thorbrindor underneath Avalon, and in the process encountered some dwarves who were coming into Avalon through secret passages, were trying to reclaim something within Thorbrindor for their family. Like, what the hell's going on? It was all NPC driven deal. And in there, the players learned that a chunk of the dwarves, the Druagar, Dragar, the Grey Dwarves, are actually, they sold out to Erlig when they brought him in and they opened these horrible gates and passages and nasty things occurred. They basically sold the rest of their dwarven friends into slavery. Like, hey, if we can survive, that's great. But all these other dwarves, yeah, fuck those guys. They're slaves. Got it? Good. We can stay alive.
I can't wait till we do a Thorbrindor folio type.
That'd be fun.
And then we can like talk about some of this stuff and like we don't have to use like Druagar and things like that. We can make up terms for stuff. Like
exactly.
That. It'll be really fun.
The cool part about then for me is underneath it, because as I talked about earlier on, is I wanted to have a place where there's all the cool stuff to do in a fantasy setting.
Yeah.
You want to be able to go into a dungeon. You want to go into a place with ancient history, lost knowledge, crazy money. My wife's character, when she was playing with us one time, she encountered some coins. They were really weirdly shaped. They were dwarven coins. Well, they're worth like 10 times their normal value if you happen to find a person who's into collecting and original and so forth. But just differences. Having that type of mysterious, ooh, this is really this thing. Ooh, it's that thing. It also gives me a great place to tag in masterwork items, ancient things, something that a family would have passed down from where it's dwarven built. Magic items and things along those lines that they would have forged or created back in the ancient days. It's a historical thing that you could tie stuff to. And when the players want to dig and delve into it, they go down, they find a passage through the sewers, a wall caves in. The Brotherhood of Sanitary Excavators is like, holy shit, what's this thing?
Mm-hmm.
You go down there, you deal with the initial problem, then you have a chance to poke around a little bit.
I kind of love that. In fact, the sample adventure that I put in the book, it's called the Artifix's Laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
It is a piece of Thorbrindor bumped up against the sewers, broke into it, and some weird slime started coming out of it. So the Guild of Sanitary Excavators go to the player characters. They need some delvers to go in there and clear it out, make sure nothing dangerous is in there that'll come out and like murder everybody.
Yeah, this is bad. Could you go fix that? It's not.
Just check it out, man. We Billy went in there and he never came out. We heard some screaming. It wasn't great.
Yeah. And bits of Billy came out. Maybe we're not sure. The other thing that I do from a simplicity's sake is I also practice heavily the 3-room, 5-room dungeon type of approach from when I build this out, is because Avalon is not a massive dungeon delve. Could it be so if you really want to tie and connect and so forth? But at this point, a lot of times when I've been running, I've yet to find players that want to go too far down or stay underground for too long, because exactly what happened to my son and a couple other guys, they went, we got to get back up top. Fuck's been going on since we've been gone. They came up top and everything went to shit. Like, because they were down there for like 6 days. And the guardians of the neighborhood weren't there, and the weird little cult was doing horrible things. And like, oh, these guys aren't here. This is great. It becomes one of those things where the clock is always ticking. We've talked about.
Yeah.
This is the thing. If you want to spend the time here, if it's not part of the adventure, not part of the campaign, to go into this forgotten piece of Thorbrindor, find the thingamajigger, bring it back, you've got the MacGuffin, you're good. Or is it like, hey, it's the bad guy or people have found a place down here, they're using it as a base or something. If it's not integral to it, then it becomes often a just a little side note. And when they are side notes, which it usually is, when I've been running, is then it comes into that 3-room, 5-room. They're small, they're compact, and they often end with like massive chasms because it's ancient.
Mm-hmm.
Earthquakes have occurred, landslides have happened, rivers have moved, things have changed, and you can't get from one point to the other anymore.
So let me ask you one question. I mean, I actually have 2 questions. One is about like, what is a campaign in that is specifically like just wandering around Thorbrindor? Have you ever thought about doing something like that and what it would look like? But before we get to that, what happened to the city? Why isn't it here anymore?
After the Soul War, which I still need to get all that written down. But after the Soul War, everything that
better not to.
It might be better not to. After the Soul War and that everything that comes after that, the dwarf slavers, they're driven out. Everything that was in Thorbrindor just collapses.
I don't know that we've mentioned the Soul War yet. I think
we haven't.
The Soul War is when Erlig attacks the world.
Yeah,
and
it is. Yes,
they fight back. That's the short and short of it. We don't have to talk more about it, but that's what happened.
But a lot of Avalon had a small river, a small waterfront area. Now it's a major waterfront area because of a massive cataclysmic thing that busted apart and then allows the bargemen to come in from wherever the hell they came in from. So just that cataclysmic kaboom completely fucked over the dwarven in the city of Thorbrindor. Whoever was left down there, many of them, if there are any left, they still have a job of work that they have to do. They're stuck to it and they're doggedly, dwarvenly holding on to it. Others faded and died. Some were down. The group found this last time through where some weird underground creatures, they named them orcs. They're not orcs, but the guys don't know that. They just assume they were. Like, oh, they look like orcs. We'll call them orcs. But these horrible underground creatures came in, waged war against what was left. Then, of course, you get more dead dwarves because they're not repopulating very well.
What are they?
What are the things down there?
Yeah.
Oh, nasty little stuff.
Okay. You can tell me. You can tell me later. You can tell me later. Like, you don't have to tell the people.
Yeah. So what I like to do down in the other thing that is cool about that, because it's ancient, it's old, and it's a source of where when a couple of particular dwarves basically screwed up, made contact with Erlig and Brain Gorgers and so forth. There's nastiness, otherworldly things that are down there.
Yeah.
And those are the things that kind of live, breed, scheme and plot and just grind away their mean little minds and figuring out different things they're going to do. So the things that attack them were basically some really nasty creatures, effectively slod type things.
Oh, okay.
From a different, not that exactly, but they're these
Sure.
weird creatures.
They're extra dimensional beings that maybe don't exactly jive with our version of reality and do weird stuff.
Yeah, and they're stuck here because,
there's nowhere else to go.
There is literally nowhere else to go, as we've talked. Yeah, so they got here, they're stuck here, and then.
So if I was gonna put a campaign that was primarily delving around in Thorbrindor, what do you think I should do? I mean, I have my own ideas, but I'm curious as to what your take on that would be. It doesn't sound like you've ever done it.
No, I brought it up a couple times for the groups I've run it for, and everybody's like, "Oh no, I just want to I want it there. I want to know it's there, and maybe we'll get into it." But everybody's been very interested in the politics and the other components and parts of all the other stuff that's going on in the city. My pitch has always been like, look, if I'm going to do this, it's not going to be like an Undermountain Delve where you get dropped in the well and you just go, because that's been done.
Mm-hmm.
Not there. A thing's been found. Usually Brotherhood of Sanitary Excavators finds a thing, reports it to so-and-so. It gets blocked off, locked off. A certain guild will decide, hey, we want this. We got to find this stuff. There's something there. There's a race.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get in there first. Other people are also trying to figure out what's down there.
I like that. That's a good concept.
The other thing I've done is that there is, and this was, guys never actually went down there to stop it. They stopped the problem up top. So there's a dragon in there. And
really?
Yeah, there's this nasty old guy. And he lives down there. And he's been there forever. He's slowly but surely, or it, I should say, because what is it, right? So when it wakes up every once in a while, it gets a plot or a plan. It decided it wanted to like, hey, let's see what's going on and so on. So it started a little thieves guild, started like poking and prodding people. They were used the symbol of an Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail as its gang symbol.
Love
and so on and so forth. And the group found out that, holy shit, these guys are worshiping a dragon. This is weird. That can't be real. And then they started finding scales and teeth and other weird things like, okay, this is bad. This is really fucking bad. And what they did was they just nipped off his entire access on the city's on top side. And the dragon's like, okay, that didn't work. I'll try something else. I'll cook up another idea.
I like that. That's really good. Oh, man.
But that was an opportunity where they could have gone down there and dealt with it directly, like gone through the dungeon, crept and creeped and went through the dragon's lair type of thing. But they chose not to. They figured out a different way to solve the problem, which I thought was pretty smart and safer, quite frankly.
I always wanted to do a both political intrigue thing that is on the top, but also like a dungeon delve because it's the brain gorgers influencing people up top, and they have their lair like farther down in some part of Thorbrindor. And I
like that idea because I pitched that once. It was like, hey, it's gonna be heavy brain gorgers and stuff. I think at the time I pitched that one, the group was like, look, we just did that. Could we have something else, please?
Look, I haven't done it yet. I can do it.
Beta's guy almost got his brain torn out. Can we please just let something else happen? But yeah, that would be a really good one. Again, it's that there's something down there and they're manipulating it and they're doing. If you want to have a very powerful cult of Erlig or cult of Crom Cruick or something that's happening, even if it's a cult of some dark creature, whatever it is, and they're worshiping it, and it doesn't have to be Erlig related. It's this thing and it's down there. I've used Aboleth-like creatures in the past. Those can be down there. Those types of weird, abominable things.
Makes it easy because of the water situation.
Correct.
Like when Brett says the southern dock area, it's like 7 or 8 miles of waterfront.
Oh yeah, it's tons of water, lots and lots of water, and then all the little tunnels and caves that go underneath the city from there, where the river flows out.
Which is Thorbrindor down there too. Like the ruins of Thorbrindor is down there, like under the water and under the city. It's pretty.
It's big.
Yeah, it's big.
But the nice thing though is, as you say, is if you want to put brain gorgers down there or any other like creature that's part of a cult or a group of creatures, semi-sentient or fully sentient things that are trying to do something. You've got a weird ass necromancer and
love it.
And they're trying to pull something together. This is a great place to hide because you got to get down there to stop them. Oh, jeez.
Great place to put, like, if you wanted to do a spoof on the undead skulls of from the Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser story, that controlled like the magic of the Thieves Guild.
Oh yeah.
That old story. You run into that down there. That's where their lair is. Put whatever you want down there. It's what it's for.
Exactly.
Any final thoughts on Thorbrindor?
What I've always thought to do, or I want to do with it, then again, it's yours. Once you do it, you run it however you want to. If your group is, you got a bunch of folks, they want to do a dungeon crawl. I got you covered. you've got an old school dungeon crawl space, you can do that. And when you're bored with it, you have an immediate out to the city, right? You can immediately get out. Ed Greenwood did I copied him. He did his shit before me, but that type of thing in Undermountain and so forth, that's been done. Other places have done it. We've got a city and then big ass dungeon everybody goes into. That type of gaming is fully available. The other thing that is when you use it, or when I like to use it, is again, provides history and age. It's that time abyss feeling. It's like, how fucking old is this sword? Wait a minute. You're telling me this crossbow is how old? That doesn't make any sense.
And it's still in perfect working condition.
Yeah, why is this function? Why does this clockwork mechanism work like this? I have used it for simple fun things where literally a child's clock wind-up clockwork toy was dwarven made.
Nice.
And it was incredibly valuable, and the noble's kid had it. It got stolen, and then the group was paid by the noble to go find the bastards who stole it.
Oh, nice.
And then they found it and realized, oh my God, it's got weird ass. These are dwarven marks. Holy shit. How old is this toy? And this toy is worth an obscene amount of money. And then they have to decide, do we keep our word? Do we try to sell it somewhere? What do we do with it? Give the toy back. Right.
Yeah, you should give the toy back. It's a bad idea not to. Unless you want to play Russian roulette with your life.
No, that's okay too. That's a thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's some fun thoughts on Thorbrindor. Thank you so much, Brett.
No worries, man.
Yeah, that was a good time. I can't wait to see what we come up with now. Thank you for listening to Under the Lamplight, the Streets of Avalon role-playing game podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please like and subscribe on YouTube. You can pick up the playtest version of the game, which I've done my best to give a slightly nicer layout with some art at polygamero.us. The link is below. And we'll see you under the lamplight next week.